Before you even think about skipping ahead in this video, I want you to know something important. What I'm about to share isn't just another clickbait list of personality traits. It's ancient wisdom that has the power to transform how you understand yourself and others. We're diving deep into Stoic philosophy and timeless truths about human nature that are as relevant today as they were thousands of years ago. So grab a cup of coffee, settle in, and let's explore how just 5 key observations can reveal someone's true character. You know, it's fascinating how we often complicate things when trying to understand people. We get lost in the maze of their social media presence, their carefully curated public image, or the stories others tell about them. But what if I told you that the ancient Stoics, some of the wisest philosophers who ever lived, had already figured out that character assessment doesn't need to be complicated? Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, once wrote, "Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if thou wilt ever dig." But here's the thing. We're not just going to look within ourselves today. We're going to learn how to look at others with clarity and wisdom. The ancient Stoics understood something profound about human nature. Our true character isn't revealed in grand gestures or carefully planned actions. Instead, it shows itself in the small, unconscious moments when we think no one is watching. As Epictetus wisely noted, people are not disturbed by things, but by the view they take of them. This observation gets to the heart of what we're discussing today. Let's begin with the first crucial observation: how they treat people who can't benefit them. You see, this might seem simple, but it's incredibly revealing. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, observed, "Treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you." Think about that for a moment. When someone is consistently kind to the waiter, helpful to the janitor, or patient with the intern, they're showing you who they truly are. I recently witnessed this firsthand at a busy coffee shop. A well-dressed executive was on an important phone call when the elderly cleaner accidentally bumped into his table. Instead of showing annoyance, he paused his call, helped the cleaner steady himself, and even picked up a few items that had fallen. That single moment revealed more about his character than any business achievement could. The second observation is how they handle minor inconveniences. Epictetus teaches us it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This is where people's masks often slip. When their coffee order is wrong, when traffic is slow, when their internet buffers, these tiny moments are windows into their soul. You see, anyone can maintain composure during life's big challenges because we're conscious of being watched and judged. But it's those small, unexpected irritations that reveal our default programming. As Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, "Choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed and you haven't been." Think about it. Have you ever noticed how some people can face a cancelled flight with a smile and immediately start looking for solutions, while others lose their composure over a slightly cold meal? That's not coincidence, it's character. The third observation is their relationship with time and commitments. No person hands out their money to passers-by, but to how many do each of us hand out our lives? We're tight-fisted with property and money, yet think too little of wasting time. The one thing about which we should all be the stingiest. These words from Seneca cut right to the core of how we should observe people's relationship with time, both theirs and others. Watch how they manage their commitments. Do they consistently run late while expecting others to wait? Do they respect deadlines? Do they value other people's time as much as their own? A person who is chronically late isn't just showing poor time management. They're revealing how they view their importance relative to others. I remember a colleague who would always arrive 5 minutes early to every meeting, whether it was with the CEO or a junior intern. When asked about it, she simply said, "Everyone's time is valuable." That simple philosophy spoke volumes about her character. The fourth observation is how they act when they think no one is watching. This is perhaps the most revealing of all our observations. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, emphasized the importance of living consistently with nature and reason, regardless of whether others are watching. It's about integrity in its purest form. Do they return their shopping cart to the designated area on a rainy day? Do they clean up after themselves in a public space? Do they give credit to others' ideas in meetings, even when the original contributor isn't present? These moments, when there's no external reward or recognition, show us who someone truly is. There's a beautiful quote from Marcus Aurelius that captures this perfectly. What we do now echoes in eternity. He understood that every action, no matter how small, shapes who we are and reveals who we've become. The fifth and final observation is how they handle power, even the smallest amount. This observation might seem less common than the others, but we all have moments of power in our daily lives. It might be as simple as having information others don't, being in charge of a small project, or having the ability to help someone in need. Epictetus remarked, "People are disturbed not by things, but by their judgments about things." When someone gains power, their judgments about their own importance and their relationship to others become crystal clear. Do they become more compassionate or more demanding? Do they use their position to lift others up or to make themselves feel important? I once observed a new team leader who had just been promoted. Instead of letting the position go to his head, he spent his first week meeting individually with each team member, learning about their challenges and aspirations. He used his new authority not to assert dominance, but to better serve his team. That's character. Now you might be wondering why these 5 observations are so powerful. It's because they catch people in their most authentic moments. As Seneca wisely noted, the true test of a person's character is power. But not just the obvious power of high positions. It's the small powers we all possess and exercise daily. These observations work because they're based on patterns rather than isolated incidents. Anyone can have a bad day or a moment of weakness. That's not what we're looking for. We're looking for consistent behaviors that reveal underlying character traits. Moreover, these observations are powerful because they're universal. They apply regardless of culture, social status, or circumstance. They work whether you're observing a CEO or a student, a friend or a stranger. But here's something crucial to remember. The goal of these observations isn't to judge others harshly. Remember what Marcus Aurelius taught us. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. They are like this because they can't tell good from evil. But I have seen the beauty of good and the ugliness of evil, and have recognized that the wrongdoer has a nature related to my own. This understanding should breed compassion, not contempt. We're all works in progress, striving to better ourselves. The purpose of understanding character is to help us choose our associations wisely and to work on our own character development. Speaking of self-development, these 5 observations are equally powerful when turned inward. How do you treat people who can't benefit you? How do you handle minor inconveniences? How do you manage time and commitments? How do you act when no one is watching? How do you handle power? Epictetus reminds us, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. This means being honest with ourselves about our own character and being willing to work on our flaws. The beauty of these observations is that they show us both what to look for in others and what to cultivate in ourselves. They're not just diagnostic tools, they're guideposts for personal growth. Remember, character isn't something that's formed in a moment. It's built through thousands of small decisions and actions over time. As Epictetus said, no great thing is created suddenly any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. If you tell me that you desire a fig, I answer that there must be time. Let it first blossom, then bear fruit, then ripen. This means that if we don't like what we observe in ourselves, we can change it. Every small decision is an opportunity to build better character. Every minor inconvenience is a chance to practice patience. Every interaction with someone who can't benefit us is an opportunity to practice kindness. Let me share a personal story that illustrates this. Years ago, I noticed I had a habit of being short with service staff when I was stressed. It wasn't major rudeness, just a lack of warmth and engagement. Once I became aware of this through self-observation, I made a conscious effort to change. Now, no matter how stressed I am, I make sure to engage warmly with everyone I interact with. This small change has not only improved my character, but has made my daily life more pleasant. As we wrap up this exploration of character observation, I want to leave you with one final thought from Marcus Aurelius. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. These 5 observations: how people treat those who can't benefit them, how they handle minor inconveniences, their relationship with time and commitments, how they act when they think no one is watching, and how they handle power, are your tools for both understanding others and improving yourself. Use them wisely. Use them with compassion. And remember that the goal isn't to find perfect people. They don't exist. The goal is to understand human nature better, so we can choose our associations wisely and work on becoming better versions of ourselves. Thank you for staying with me throughout this exploration. If you found value in these insights, share them with others who might benefit. After all, as Seneca said, I shall never be ashamed of citing a bad author if the line is good. So, whether you're sharing this video or these principles, focus on the value they can bring to others.